Title: Exploring Cultures, A Journey of Discovery. Part 1. A New Adventure Begins. Once upon a time, in a small town, there lived a curious girl named Emma. Emma loved reading books and learning about new places. She often dreamed about traveling the world and meeting new people. One sunny morning, she received exciting news. She had won a trip to visit 3 different countries. Emma was thrilled. She packed her suitcase, filled with clothes, a camera, and her favorite book. The first country Emma visited was Japan. As she stepped off the plane, she was amazed by the beautiful cherry blossoms and the busy streets of Tokyo. Emma checked into a traditional Japanese inn called a ryokan. The innkeeper, Mrs. Sato, greeted her with a warm smile and a bow. "Welcome to Japan, Emma," said Mrs. Sato. "Please enjoy your stay and feel free to ask if you need anything." Emma's room had a tatami mat floor, sliding paper doors, and a futon bed. It was very different from her room back home, but she loved it. That evening, Mrs. Sato invited Emma to join a tea ceremony. Emma learned that the tea ceremony was an important part of Japanese culture. It was a way to show respect and enjoy the simple beauty of life. Mrs. Sato showed Emma how to prepare and serve matcha, a type of green tea. Emma carefully followed her instructions, and they enjoyed the tea together in silence. The next day, Emma visited a sumo wrestling match. The wrestlers were huge and strong, and the crowd cheered loudly. Emma learned that sumo wrestling was a traditional sport in Japan, with a long history. She also visited a temple, where she saw people praying and leaving small offerings. Emma was fascinated by the customs and traditions of Japan. After a week in Japan, it was time for Emma to travel to her next destination, Italy. When she arrived in Rome, she was greeted by the sound of church bells and the smell of delicious food. Emma checked into a cozy bed and breakfast run by Mr. and Mrs. Rossi. They welcomed her with a hearty meal of pasta, fresh bread, and olive oil. "Welcome to Italy, Emma. Mangia, mangia, eat, eat," sighed Mrs. Rossi with a big smile. Emma enjoyed the meal and thanked them. She learned that food was a big part of Italian culture. Italians loved to cook and eat together as a family. The next day, Emma visited the Colosseum. She was amazed by the ancient structure and imagined what it was like during the time of the gladiators. One evening, Mr. and Mrs. Rossi took Emma to a local festival. There was music, dancing, and people dressed in colorful costumes. Emma joined in the dancing and tried to sing along to the Italian songs. She felt happy and welcomed by the people she met. Emma learned that Italians loved to celebrate life and enjoy good company. The final country Emma visited was Kenya. As she stepped off the plane, she was greeted by the warm sun and the sound of animals in the distance. Emma stayed with a local family, the Njoroges, in a small village. They welcomed her with open arms and taught her about their way of life. Karibu Kenya. Welcome to Kenya, said Mr. Njoroge with a big smile. Emma learned to cook traditional Kenyan dishes like ugali and sukuma wiki. She also learned a few words in Swahili, the local language. Every morning, she helped Mrs. Njoroge fetch water from the river and visited the local market to buy fresh fruits and vegetables. One day, Mr. Njoroge took Emma on a safari. She saw elephants, lions, and giraffes up close. It was an incredible experience. Emma learned about the importance of wildlife conservation and the efforts to protect endangered animals in Kenya. Emma also visited a school in the village. The children were excited to meet her and asked many questions about her life in her home country. Emma shared stories about her family and friends, and the children shared their dreams and aspirations with her. She realized that despite the differences in their cultures, they all had similar hopes and dreams. As her journey came to an end, Emma felt grateful for the experiences and the people she had met. She had learned so much about the world and the beauty of different cultures. Emma promised to stay in touch with her new friends and to continue learning about other cultures. With a heart full of memories and a suitcase full of souvenirs, Emma returned home. She knew that this was just the beginning of her adventure. She was excited to share her stories with her family and friends and to inspire others to explore the world and learn about different cultures. To be continued in Part 2. Part 2, Sharing the World. Back in her hometown, Emma was filled with excitement. She couldn't wait to share her experiences with her friends and family. One evening, she gathered everyone in her living room, and with a smile, she began her story. "Let me tell you about my amazing journey," Emma said, holding up a photo of the cherry blossoms in Japan. She described the beauty of Tokyo, the elegance of the tea ceremony, and the thrill of the sumo wrestling match. Her friends listened intently, asking questions about Japanese culture. "Did you try any new foods?" asked her friend Sarah. "Oh, yes," Emma replied. "I tried sushi, tempura, and even some strange but delicious sweets called mochi. Every meal was an adventure." Next, Emma showed pictures of her time in Italy. She talked about the delicious pasta, the grandeur of the Colosseum, and the joy of the local festival. "Italians really know how to enjoy life," she said. "They celebrate with music, dance, and amazing food. I felt so welcomed by everyone I met." Emma's friends were fascinated by her stories of Italy. They loved hearing about the history, the art, and the vibrant culture. Finally, Emma shared her experiences in Kenya. She showed photos of the safari, the village market, and the children she met at the school. "Kenya was incredible," Emma said. "I saw so many amazing animals, and I learned so much from the Njoroge family. They taught me about their traditions and their way of life. It was so different from home, but so beautiful." Her friends and family were inspired by Emma's stories. They asked her how she managed to connect with people from such different cultures. "I learned that kindness and respect are universal," Emma explained. "No matter where you go, if you show respect for other people's customs and traditions, they will welcome you with open arms." Emma's journey didn't end there. She decided to start a club at her school called Culture Club. The goal was to learn about different cultures from around the world and to celebrate diversity. Each month, they would choose a different country to study. They would learn about the language, food, music, and traditions of that country. The first country they chose was India. Emma and her friends researched Indian festivals, clothing, and food. They learned about Diwali, the festival of lights, and Holi, the festival of colors. They even cooked some Indian dishes, like curry and naan bread. At the end of the month, they had a big celebration where they shared what they had learned with the rest of the school. Next, they explored Brazil. They learned about the Amazon rainforest, the vibrant carnival festival, and the energetic dance called samba. They even tried to make some Brazilian snacks, like Pio de Queijo cheese bread and Brigadeiros chocolate truffles. The Culture Club became very popular, and more students joined. They explored countries like Mexico, France, China, and Egypt. Each time, they learned something new and exciting. They invited guest speakers, watched documentaries, and even had pen pals from different countries. One day, Emma's teacher, Mrs. Brown, asked her to give a presentation to the entire school about her travels and the Culture Club. Emma was nervous, but excited. She prepared a slideshow with photos and stories from her trip and the club's activities. When the day came, Emma stood in front of the school with confidence. She spoke about the importance of understanding and respecting different cultures. She shared funny and heartwarming stories from her journey and the Culture Club. The students and teachers were captivated by her passion and enthusiasm. After the presentation, many students came up to Emma and thanked her. They were inspired to learn more about the world and to be more open-minded and respectful of other cultures. Emma's journey had a lasting impact on her community. The Culture Club continued to grow, and soon other schools in the area started their own culture clubs. Emma was invited to speak at different events and share her experiences. She even started a blog where she wrote about her travels and the different cultures she learned about. Years later, Emma became a travel writer. She traveled to many more countries, always eager to learn and share her experiences. She visited places like Brazil, India, Australia, and South Africa. She wrote books and articles, inspiring people to explore the world and embrace diversity. Emma's dream of traveling the world and connecting with people from different cultures had come true. She had learned that despite our differences, we all share a common humanity. Her journey taught her the value of curiosity, kindness, and respect. And she was determined to continue her mission of bringing people together through the beauty of culture. And so, Emma's adventure continued as she explored new places, met new friends, and shared her love for the world with everyone she met. Her story was a testament to the power of curiosity and the joy of discovering the rich tapestry of cultures that make our world so wonderfully diverse.